Hello and welcome to the Climbing Daily Wednesday news show. Today we're jumping from Olympic qualification to potential 9B routes. Going to be a good show.
Wow, I'm excited.
So this weekend saw one of the final chances for athletes to qualify for the 2020 Olympic Games. We bring you all the highlights from Toulouse. The pressure in Toulouse was immense for the athletes. For many of them, this was their final chance to qualify for the Olympics. Athletes were invited to the comp based on their rankings in the overall IFSC season. Today, we'll go through the podium finishes in Toulouse, then tell you who's qualified for the Olympics. In the women's comp, it was Mia Krampel who took the bronze medal with a final score of 49. The lower the score, the better. She came 7th in the speed, 7th in bouldering, but an incredible first place in lead meant she just pipped her teammate Lucia Rakovic to Olympic qualification. Receiving a silver medal in Toulouse was Julia Chardonnay. She managed to get 3rd in speed to get her campaign off to a good start. She backed this up with a solid 5th place in bouldering with 1 top and 2 zones, and a strong 2nd place in lead. Winning the gold medal though was Futaba Ito, who had the lowest and therefore best score of the day with 28 points. 4th place in speed finals was good, 3 tops and the win in bouldering was better. She could only manage 7th place in the lead comp, but that was enough to get her the win, although only by 2 points. The men's comp was a slightly less stressful affair than the women's, as the Olympic qualification places were decided before the finals. So this was a case of showcasing climbing ability. Getting the bronze medal was Tomoa Narasaki. Now a comp can't be won in the first round, but it can be lost, and his 4th place for speed was a good start. He continued this momentum, winning the bouldering round with 2 tops and 3 zones. Things went off the rails a bit with a 7th in lead, but it was good enough for the overall 3rd position. In 2nd was the man a lot of people would consider to be an Olympic favourite, Adam Ondra. We know speed isn't his strong suit, and he started off the competition badly with an 8th place finish following a fall. He stepped things up a bit in bouldering with a 3rd place finish and then gave it everything to win the lead competition. His overall score of 24 points was enough for the silver medal. Winning in Toulouse was Kokoro Fuji. He came 5th in speed, then found another gear with 2nd in bouldering, being the only athlete to top the hard boulder 2. He had another good performance in lead with another 2nd place, showing that consistency is the key in this format.
Wow.
Yeah, it's complicated, it really is, because not only have you got people who have won the overall but won certain competitions, you've then got the Olympic side of things, which is a whole nother mind thing. So after this competition, so we've had the world champs in Japan, and we've had this competition. So this is the list of athletes who are so far, at the time of filming, in the Olympics. Now the reason I say that is because it's now up for their governing bodies to decide whether they actually give them the place.
Sure.
So they've been selected, but things might change. So at the moment of filming, this is it. For the men, we have Tomoa Narasaki, Jakob Schubert, Rishat Kabulin, Kai Hadrada, Mikel Mawam, Alex Megos, Ludovico Fasali, Sean McCall, Adam Ondra, Bassa Mawam, Jan Hoyer, Yufei Pan, Alberto Ginez Lopez, and Nathan Coleman.
Very good.
Yeah, and for the women, the qualifiers so far are Yanya Gambret, Akio Noguchi, Shauna Coxey, Ola Miroslaw, Miho Nonaka, Petra Klingler, Brooke Rabatu, Jessie Piltz, Julia Chardonnay, Mia Krampel, Yulia Kaplina, Kyra Condi, Laura Rigora, and Ying Song.
Very good. With a man with extreme dyslexia.
Yeah,
very well there.
That was pretty good, wasn't it? So that is a list of athletes. Now there's, I want to say 5. I think there's 5 other competitions.
Sure, yeah.
This is events in the country. So there's one in Moscow, which is the European Championship.
One, yeah.
There's one in Africa. There's one in America. Oceania.
Oceania, okay.
Yeah. So there are other opportunities, but you have to win those events. And obviously you have to come from those countries. So there are not a lot of opportunities. So this is the main list, the main body of athletes we're going to see in the Olympics.
Any kind of big kind of comments, surprises for you from that? What's your thoughts?
I think I was pleased to see Adam get through.
Sure.
He was very sick, apparently, in the finals.
Okay.
There's a slight element of controversy because what he did was he did the speed and pretty much didn't bother doing the speed. He's saying that's because he was ill and he wanted to save his energy, which is fair enough. But there is a fair amount of controversy going down about the point system.
Okay.
So because it's times and the lowest one counts, it's different if they were added. So athletes who perhaps would have got in wouldn't have done on this system. I think this debate would have happened on any system.
Sure.
But there's talk about that.
It does seem bizarre that like it's always speed first, right? And then they times it, so it's like that times the next number times the next number.
Yeah.
So you can afford, like Adam did, to not do so well in speed and do really, really well in the other two, and you'll still get a relatively low number.
I mean, it's a risky strategy.
It's a very risky strategy, yeah.
But yeah, I reckon we're going to see a few athletes using that strategy, going, you know what, I will win the lead, and that's what I care about.
Yeah.
Everything else, I'll just get in enough.
See what you can do. Yeah, do
to
the best you can
scrape
do.
it
I'm excited for the Malin brothers, the two French guys. That is super cool.
Yeah.
Those guys are both good characters. Yeah. Really, really happy for those two. Right, next up, we are going to Spain for some hard sport climbing. Relatively unknown Norwegian climber Sindre Sarther has made the 6th ascent of Chilam Balam at Villaneuva Del Rosario in Malaga, Spain. Although not much is known about Sindre, online he has an impressive quiver of all-round ascents to his name. 9A Sport, free climbing routes up to 8A+, on the Troll Wall, and the Golden Gate on El Cap. Sindre is relatively heavy, at 80 kgs for a climber, and so this would have proved an even bigger challenge on this stamina fest of a route. Chilam Balam is 80 meters long with 235 movements. Initially ascended in 2003 with a grade of 9B+, given by Bernabe Fernandez, with the grade settling at 9A+/B. Although when Seb Boin repeated it 4 years ago, it was regarded as a straight 9B. Whatever the case, it's hugely impressive and proves that underground crushes at the highest level do exist. So we all love a story about an underground crusher. An underground crusher climbing 9A+/B, could be 9B, used to be 9B+, who knows? But this guy, I did a little bit of reading up about him back in the day. Him and Magnus Smith were like equal kind of, they weren't equal, but they were like the two big hopes of Norway climbing. And they just went off in totally different directions.
Yeah.
So Magnus Smith went towards like competition, sport climbing, stuff like that. And Sindre went the other way, and he went basically towards like Troll Wall, big walls, spending time on kind of like
portal edges,
rock and portal edges and
so Magnus Mitto is a international celebrity with free cars.
Yeah.
And Matey Boy climbs big walls and portal
edges. Nobody knows about him, and then he just comes and does stuff like that. I think that is cool.
That is very cool.
Very cool.
And 85 meters long.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Stamina.
Now, Tomoa Narasaki is most known for his competition climbing, but he's been on a flash fest in Japan. Tomoa Narasaki has been focused on competition climbing and Olympic qualification this year. However, he's been back on the real rock and has managed to flash Decided, a V14 8B+ boulder in Japan. The 23-year-old climber has climbed routes up to that grade before, but he has never attempted such a hard flash. He joins a select few climbers who have flashed that grade, including Daniel Woods, Adam Ondra, Ned Fahili, and Jakob Schubert. Mighty impressive 8B+ flash.
Wow,
That is up there.
I remember when Adam Ondra did it for the first time.
Did Jade, didn't he?
And everybody was like, wow.
I love everyone's faces in that video because everyone was. You know that point when you start climbing when everyone's just like in the warm-up phase. You've got like a coffee, you've walked in, you're a bit sweaty, and you're like, no one is going to send hard for a good hour and a half or whatever.
Sure.
Turn around, turn back. Adam Ondra flashes Jade. That was a cool video.
Yeah. And like they must be quite short, like bouldering sessions with Adam Ondra. Just like, right, done it. Okay, right, cool. Yeah, see you later. Nice one.
Yeah.
Right, we've got some sad news now from over in America. Sad news came through last week that Brad Gobright was killed in an accident while descending the multi-pitch climb El Sendero Luminoso at El Potrero Chico in Mexico. Whilst simul rappelling with his partner Aidan Jacobson, it's reported that they had not tied knots at the bottom of their ropes and rappelled off the end. Jacobson miraculously fell onto a ledge and survived without substantial injury. Gobright was probably best known for his free solo feats, as well as setting a speed record on the nose with Jim Reynolds in 2017. He was also incredibly experienced on the big walls of Yosemite, and in one particular astounding day session of climbing, he ascended Zodiac, the Nose, and Lurking Fear, all within 24 hours. An incredible talent who will be sorely missed. Really sad news there. What a total legend that guy was. Amazing climber. A little bit underground, but whenever he came out with an ascent, it was just like, wow, he just like shake the climbing community.
His videos as well are so funny.
Yeah.
Like he was just a funny, weird bloke.
Yeah.
And obviously hugely respected. And yeah, immensely sad.
Yeah, very sad.
Now, another competition climber who has been crushing at the moment is Domen Skofic. Domen Skofic has been taking some time away from comp climbing with Janja Garnbret in Spain. He's been hanging out in Margalef and working the 9A route Gancho Perfecto. Now, the route is considered hard for 9A and is more likely 9A+. first put up by Chris Sharma. Domen worked the route for 3 weeks and tweaked a tendon whilst trying it. This is Domen's 17th 9A climb, and he's suggesting the route should also be 9A+. And with that kind of experience, we think he might be right. Bit of a monster, that one. Is generally regarded to be hard for 9A. Perhaps it's like the Sharma effect. Everyone's like a bit nervous about upgrading a Sharma route.
Upgrading a Sharma route, yeah, exactly. Like, you'd never upgraded Adam Mondra route, would you?
Terrifying. Can you imagine? Although, he'd probably like the upgrade more than the downgrade.
That's true. That's very true.
Maybe we should prank Ondra and downgrade Silence. We'll just fake the whole thing and punk him or something.
Just like lift you up for like a little second.
Yeah, I'd do the crux to be like, probably 9B, mate.
Right, next up, we got more news from Oliana, Spain. 15-year-old British climber Finn Hayward has had a very successful trip to Oliana, climbing 2 8Cs in the space of 2 weeks. Taking advantage of October half-term holidays, Finn, who has competed at the IFSC at youth level and has previously climbed 8B+, initially went out to Oliana with the target of climbing the 8C test piece, Mind Control. Upon finding this wet on arrival, Finn began to work Fisheye, also 8C, which he managed to red point on his 8th attempt. He then managed to make slightly quicker work of Mind Control, climbing the route on his 3rd go at the 2nd day of asking. Nice work, Finn. So, Finn is obviously one to look out for in the future. You probably don't like him because he's young. No?
Young and talented. I don't like just the youth.
Oh, yeah, you just don't. Yeah,
youth are all right. It's the talent mods I don't like.
Okay. Anyway, he's very talented and he's quite young as well. But good work, Finn, and looking forward to hearing more from you in the future.
Now, last week we didn't report on Emily Harrington's fall in Yosemite, which was perhaps remiss, so here's what happened. 33-year-old Emily Harrington is considered to be one of the best and most accomplished climbers in the world. She was attempting to free climb the 513 route Golden Gate, which goes up El Capitan in Yosemite. Only 3 people have climbed it in a day, and she was attempting to be the 4th. She was climbing with Alex Honnold, and they were planning to simul-climb the bottom free blast pitches, saving some time and energy in doing so, ready for the harder pitches above. However, whilst Alex was still on the ground, Emily took a huge fall. The team secured Emily on a ledge before mountain rescue could evacuate her from the face. Luckily, Emily mainly sustained superficial injuries, including a huge neck bruise from where she was caught up in the rope. She left hospital 3 days later and is now recovering.
To be fair to us, I think it actually just came out just after we filmed it.
Yes, so, I think it did. It was bubbling, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I think we thought it was just a fall and then it developed into something more serious.
Yeah, of course.
So a few things to clear up about that. There's a very good article on Outside Online about this. The simul climbing thing, we're not going to go into because it is quite complicated. But the idea is that you move together. So if someone takes a fall whilst you're doing that, it's a bad idea. It's bad. So it's almost like soloing, but with that added protection. Alex Honnold was kind of quoted saying that actually this proved that the system worked because she took a massive fall and she was okay, despite those bruises.
And what happens when she takes a fall? Who catches her? He catches her?
Well, he was on the ground when she took the fall, so he hadn't even started up yet.
Okay.
And he just grabbed the rope and then kind of broke the fall. But the idea is that when you fall a simul climb, that you kind of counterbalance each other out.
Sure.
But there isn't much gear in, and you take a much larger fall. So
and basically, if one of them's still on the ground, then you're not really counterbalancing each other, are you?
Not as much, no. So Alex kind of grabbed the rope and did it.
Maybe just like
exactly. There's no suggestion that anyone did anything wrong.
Sure.
It's just that method is inherently dangerous. So Emily, wish you healing powers or something.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Healing powers.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Right, next up we've got the 9B/8C counter.
So we're kicking things off with Dai Komayama, is that right?
Koyamada.
43 years old, which everyone keeps banging on about, but like people can crush at 43.
Yeah, of course they can, but I think he's just because he's a legend.
Yeah, I think so. So he's climbed Sanctum. This is a possible V16 in Japan. It's possible V16 because he's the first one to have climbed it. Mm-hmm. I think we give him the big points.
I think we give him 2 points.
3, isn't it, for 8C plus? No, 2.
2, 9A's 3 plus. 9A's 3 points.
Raichi climbed a 9A, did he? When was that? I don't remember that. Did he? Anyway, 2 points for an 8C plus? 2 points?
Yeah.
We'll have to. We might have made a mistake.
Ryoi Kamiyama. He did. He repeated.
Oh, Charles Albert.
Yes.
There
you go.
9A. Oh Jesus. Ryu?
Me?
Yeah.
Raichi Mirai has climbed the Story of Two Worlds. B15-8C. Don't know too much about this other than that he said on his Instagram, psyched to have made an ascent of the legendary Dave Graham problem. Power endurance, technical hooks, complex sequence.
Awesome.
Go on. Absolutely. There's a good picture of him climbing upside down on it.
So there's something exciting because we might have a 9B, right?
Well, this is up for debate. Like when I started researching the route Chilam Balam, it was like 9B plus, and then it was like, okay, fine, maybe it gets downgraded to 9B. And even on a report when Seb Bouin climbed it on Planet Mountain, and I trust Planet Mountain implicitly, they said it was 9B in 2015. But somehow since then, it's kind of taken another downgrade to 9A plus /B.
Officially downgraded.
Well, it's difficult to know. It's difficult to know because like a lot of reports is 9A plus /B, other reports is 9B. I honestly don't know.
I reckon because it's Christmas, we haven't had one in ages, we give it to him.
But then like people start complaining that all the other 9A, there's been loads of others 9A plus.
But I don't understand something of 9B plus to 9A plus.
What's quite interesting about this is that when the guy came out and said 9B plus, there hadn't even been a 9B in the world.
Ah, okay.
So there'd been like a 9A plus, and then he came out and was like, right, I think this is 9B plus. Don't care about 9B. This is 9B plus.
I respect that.
And everybody was a bit like, you sure?
Really?
And he was like, yeah. And then Adam Under came along in 2011, repeated it and downgraded to 9B.
Of course he did. Should we put it to the people?
Yes, put it to the people.
Okay.
I would suggest that we give it to him because this guy, I think we need to have an underground crusher on the 9B counter.
Yeah.
It would be pretty sweet.
Yes, and we need one.
We need one more. Media. Coming up this week we've got like a kind of takeover on our YouTube channel and Epic TV to a certain extent from the filmmaker called Timo Etterer, who is a German filmmaker climber from Germany. That's for German people know me. Yeah? He lives in Germany, but he like climbs all over. We've got 3 videos featured this week. One of in Aberystwyth, one in Zillertal, and here is a little clip from the one in Aberystwyth because we like Aberystwyth.
For all to know how close they're to the bone.
I say filmmaker climber, like most of the stuff is him climbing.
Yeah.
And he's very strong and very impressive.
Yeah.
But he films himself, which I always think is very impressive as well. Gets lots of different angles.
Love his drone shots.
Very good drone shots.
Yeah.
He's a very good drone pilot.
He is. Now, Blockfest 2019/2020 has kicked off. Now, if you don't know about this is a competition mainly run south of England, so London area. It's for pros, it's for amateurs, it's always a good time, and we cover it every year. And the first episode is out, featuring Louis Parkinson. Check out this teaser.
Hooray! Do you like a good dyno? One of the few times where it's better to use your nether regions rather than your feet. And tag the zone. And then I think... Yep, the old thigh clamp. That way.
If you guys want to enter Blockfest, you can do. It's not like a super pro competition. Like the finals, obviously, the level is high.
Sure.
But there's hundreds of people who take part in this. It's a good day. I've been to many of them. It's a lot of fun. Go to Blockfest, enter it. It's a good time.
Okay, next up.
Sindre knee pads.
Sindre knee pads. What about comment of the week?
That's after, isn't that after the show?
We'll do after
So,
that.
it's not senders, it's send knee pads. Knee pads, they protect your knees when you're climbing. Sometimes you have to wad your knee in to rest or do a move.
Or you put them up here. Some people put them up here.
A thigh pad.
Yeah, some people use them as a thigh pad.
That's true.
I use them as shoulder pads sometimes. Look, I've got 2 on right now.
Elbow in that.
Elbow,
You
sorry.
don't know your ass
Shoulders.
from your elbow,
Elbows,
shoulder.
knees and watch.
Orin Coley, who we did a film with recently, he used a knee pad and he used one of these knee pads. I'm sure there's some clippage going on right now.
And he sent AB+. So basically
did.
what the message is if you use them,
Yeah.
you'll be able to send
Yeah, AB+, yeah. It's a direct correlation, there's a graph and everything.
a correlation.
Yes, direct.
An Orin correlation.
Very good.
You had to explain that.
Very good. Have you got comment of the week?
Right, next up, I'm going to quickly talk about 40% of 510 shoes.
Oh yeah, sorry.
So we have there's a thing on 510 shoes, up to 40% of them. Go grab it if you can. Right, comment of the week, do a song.
I found it. Comment of the week. I was going 90. Right, mine is a dramatic reading and it goes like this. It's from Joa P and it says, ouch, just 5 minutes more, ... No, wait, the video is 20 minutes long, 10 minutes more. Good acting, that, isn't it?
Very good.
This is about him. Apparently, he was breaking in his pair of new climbing shoes. He was watching the news show, breaking them in. Now, last week's news show was a long show.
I think this one's going to be equally as long.
Yeah, sorry about that. So he was expecting it to be a short show to break in the shoes. It went on a lot longer. He had to deal with the pain. Mate, I hope your shoes fit you better.
Okay, my one is from Chris Essen, who says this. It winds me up when you refer to women's competitors as the females, but to Babsy Zango, is the female with the most ascent is just weird. Stop it.
So
Okay.
hang on. So he's saying I'm allowed to say,
You're not allowed. But he doesn't. Okay.
but I'm allowed to say female in competitions,
No,
but
no,
not
no. He
female.
says it winds me up when you refer to women's competitors as the females, but he basically doesn't like male and females. So I asked him. I said, "What's your preferred mode of differentiating between whether a climber is 160 or that?" And he's like, "Men or women." And then he goes on to say, "Male and female refer to biological sex, not gender. Since we're talking here about people's sporting and cultural achievements, I'd rather we didn't refer to them as if what mattered were their chromosomes and gonads."
Hang on. So what? Male? I'm not criticising.
No, we're not criticising, but it's
Male
kind of
and
interesting.
female, then. Sorry. So
Men and female is their biological sex, not their gender, apparently. So since we're talking
But
about
men and
people's
women-
sporting cultural achievements, I'd rather we didn't refer to them as what mattered were their chromosomes and their gonads. So basically, like, what differentiates us when we're talking about male and females is apparently
what was interesting? Men and women.
that is their that's their gender.
Right.
I mean, it's kind of like branching into a subject that we don't really know what we're talking
Terrified
about.
to touch upon.
But I kind of asked him, and because I'm interested.
Yeah, because it was me who said that, didn't I? I said Babsy. I think I did the Babsy or the competition. I don't know. Female.
No,
male.
I did.
Yeah.
I did. That's why I
It was
answered
you?
it.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
that's how I did.
see.
I'm not taking offence. It's fine. Absolutely fine.
What do you prefer? Men, women, female, male?
I mean, Chris Essen possibly might be a doctor, so he might know exactly what he's talking
Possibly.
about. Chris, you a doctor?
Yeah. And Chris, we're not criticising you. We're just genuinely trying to work that out.
And you have a very nice profile picture.
It's very good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let us know what you guys think, because it is something we obviously want to get right. We don't want to be saying the wrong thing. So, is there a correct way we should be saying this? Is it all a bit too politically correct? Who knows? Comment. Let us know. Be interested to hear your responses.
That's it.
Done.
Yes.
Sweet.
Bye. Wait, I forgot one thing. Please subscribe. Thanks very much.